Hey guys, we are back for some raw food fun. We will be making a chili tomato jam and veggie pizza slice, which will be really high again in omega-3s. I talk a lot about omega-3s at the moment. I'm putting a lot into my diet of raw vegan omega-3s from flax and chia. And I will tell you why I'm actually doing that today. Usually I just make food, but I've had a lot of questions as to why I am having so much omega-3s. First off, I healed myself of 32 years of chronic illness. I had having over 60. Well, I had over 60 surgeries, 7 major organs removed, always in hospital, always a new problem, always a new diagnosis. I went raw. It stopped. I was well. I was up. I'm like living my best life. I could work. I could communicate with people again. I'm very grateful for that. But I'm always looking for ways to improve my health. And when things don't sit right, I am definitely never going off raw foods. There's no other option for me. I've always find the answer in raw foods. And this is why I suggest to people is really know all raw foods. Even if at the moment you're doing just fruit or your high greens, is you will support your body, yourself, and your life by knowing all the different types, from seaweeds to sprouts, like sprouted lentils, fermented foods, superfoods. I think I said seaweeds. You've really got to know all of it to get the most out of your entire life. We're not talking about that I just don't believe it's possible, in my experience, to eat the same foods for the rest of your life. You want a broad variety for many reasons. But today I wanted to talk about omega-3s before I share my recipe for today, just because I know a lot of you are interested. Where this came from is I do notice I do better with omega-3s. I did find it hard to get in the chia and flax, which have a ratio of higher omega-3s to omega-6. So a lot of the nuts, including avocado, have omega-3 and omega-6, but much higher levels of omega-6 fatty acid, which the body uses and needs, and it's good to keep omega-3 and omega-6 in balance. Now, most of the world is eating high omega-6, and this can cause a lot of problems. So things like processed meats, most oils are high in omega-6, and it's shown that this causes inflammation. It kind of sets off an inflammation pathway in the body. From what I understand, Dr. Brooke Goldner explains the effect that the omega-6 versus omega-3 has on the body by how it works on cells. So the cells in the body are made of fats. We need fats. We are fats. The brain is fats. Now, when the body chooses to make these cells, it can use omega-6. If that's in high quantity, it will go for that pathway. If there's more of omega-3 or it's more in balance, it will use both omega-6 and omega-3s. But if you have foods higher in omega-3s and lower in omega-6, it'll be forced to use an anti-inflammatory pathway, which means the cells, as I've heard her say, they're made of omega-3 fats. And instead of being stiff and rigid, which causes inflammation, they become more versatile, flexible, springy, and things that need to go in and out of the cells do that with ease. So this has been something I've watched for a while and known. So I've known for a long time omega-3 fatty acids like flax oil, even before I was raw, are extremely anti-inflammatory. I have watched Dr. Brooke Goldner's. I don't do her protocol. For me, that does not work. But I do notice that when I have higher omega-3s, the things in my body, which are, it's like a general inflammation. I started to notice things like ingrown toenails were inflamed, or my bra was digging in and you're getting like a redness, or my pants were digging in. And the body should self-sustain. You should be able to put something on the body and it not turn red, or just histamines and mast cell flare-ups. They used to be really bad with omega-3s. They weren't so bad, but since having predominantly omega-3s, I'm really not reacting to anything. And every day I'm getting up and doing a lot better. The biggest thing is I felt like the world attacks me. If you have mast cell activation, you will know what this feels like. The more I do this day by day, the better I seem to feel, more self-contained. You could call it anti-inflammatory, but just not so like you smell something and all of a sudden your body is reacting, or you have a food which can be a little more stimulating, your body's reacting. You exercise too much, your body's reacting. All this generalized inflammation is lowering. Hey guys, And so, and as I've said, is a huge influence is that I already knew omega-3s are amazing, but it is that Dr. Brooke Goldner talks about using just these. I'm not doing her protocol, but I am really forcing my body to use omega-3 fatty acids instead of 6. I'm keeping them very low. I do have a little bit of the hemp seed milk, so hemp seeds, walnuts, I think that's it, are more in balance with omega-6 to omega-3s, but still higher in omega-6. And I don't, whenever I've tried to do this before and I start adding walnuts and hemp seed and avocado, which I know Brooke Goldner says is fine for healing, it does not work for me. And I think we all have to listen to our bodies and find a way to heal. And that's what I'm a big advocate for, that works for you. So at this point, I'm having, if I want some milk, because it's very hard to make milk from flaxseed and chia. As you know, that fat or high omega-3s creates a gel. So if I want, I will use a tiny bit of hemp milk, as I said, more in balance of omega-3 to 6, but then the rest of the day is higher omega-3s from the chia and flax. So, hey, Annie. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining. So I'm just talking about omega-3s and why I'm having a high volume right now. I usually, when I make my lunch, don't go into it, but a lot of you have been asking for what reason and why I'm eating this way. And the benefits are quite high. And I've only been doing this for about 5 days. And I already notice, I feel like my body, if I could explain this, and it kind of makes sense as the way Dr. Brooke Goldner says that the cells, or it's science, that the cells in the body are made of fats. If you force them into being made with omega-3s, I feel less sticky. Like even when I pick up my phone, I notice I'm more self-contained. I don't feel like, it's very hard to explain, but everything is very reactive for me, having MCAS and mast cell and a general inflammation. Now I feel so self-contained, and when I read, everything's not shocking me. It's like feeling less sticky. That's the biggest thing I've noticed. Also, my body composition, having a higher fruit diet, higher liquids, lower protein. There's actually quite a lot of protein in chia seeds. I think 1 cup is like 40 grams. There is a high amount of fat, but I'm just saying how this is going for me so far. So I've noticed my body composition, and I do train since doing this. So I was doing higher omega-3s, but for about 5, maybe 6 days, I've been doing really, my body's getting its fats from just omega-3s. I've just noticed that, like when I put clothes on, is my waist doesn't kind of expand, or, you know, so I'm having lower fruits. I still have fruits, but having higher chia and flax, I've just noticed my body composition, just not as much fluid on my body. So it's like a generalized inflammation's lower. I did want to bring up I can add this. Where is this share screen? I did make just a sheet just to go through some of the things. So essentially omega-3 is alpha linoleic acid. And the brain and the body typically converts this into EPA and DHA. I'm not going to go into the science and why people say it's better to get the DHA and EPAs than using ALA right now. This is just going to be generally going through the benefits. And this is in relation to raw foods, just chia and flax. So it helps reduce systemic inflammation. It may improve inflammatory. You'll hear through this, anything inflammatory. And when you talk about arthritis and asthma being an MCAS disease, skin disorders being histamine related, it really feeds back to why this works for me, because it may improve symptoms of this. Arthritis is an autoimmune disease, which essentially is generalized. Well, it's not, it's isolated inflammation, but you will have generalized inflammation as well. It helps with heart health, lowering triglycerides, supports blood pressure, improves circulation, brain and mood. This I've noticed as well. I was having not bad mental health, but I've spoken about how recently, as my memories returned, it's been overwhelming having a lot of my memory back. And I have noticed my mood and just generalized not as much mental health issues, really. And this is all in 5 days. It's not, I guess when you're eating a raw diet, you just feel things very quickly. So ALA supports cognitive function, may help regulate mood. Some research suggests ALA may offer protection against depression and age-related cognitive decline. Hormonal balance. Now, as you know, if you don't know, I take hormone replacement, and I've noticed maybe more so since adding this back in, I've needed the support of omega-3s. So it says it supports healthy hormone production and reduces PMS symptoms, may help balance estrogen levels. I'm only on estrogen replacement right now. So sorry, I'm talking about this and it's not even on the stage. So sorry. So skin promotes moisture retention and elasticity. I've noticed my skin does feel amazing. May reduce dryness, redness, digestive support. So I really work on gut health, not having a stomach duodenum on top of intestines. It feeds friendly gut bacteria. So as well that I'm getting the ALAs from chia and flax, which have probiotics and prebiotics, stabilizes blood sugar, eye health, may help against macular degeneration. Generally, I feel like, especially as we age, having high omega-3 is just vital. I mean, it's even for growth for kids. It's really, really important. So there's a few reasons there to have omega-3s, why I'm including omega-3s. So Christine said, so do chia seeds help with bloating, do you think? This is the thing, is it's a microbiome thing. You need, when somebody asks me what helps with bloating or what helps fix something, the diet that's right for you. Everything else is a support mechanism, including higher omega-3s. So you cannot just eat chia seeds and expect your problem to go. And then over here, you're having like, this is inflammatory and that's inflammatory. And, you know, you're having inflammatory meats or extremely high cooked or processed vegan diet. There's nothing. I feel like I've been down this road, and many people, I think, when they commit to raw or a high raw or plant-based, whole food plant-based diet, they realize there's no quick fix. The only thing that will help you is finding a diet that's right for you. Now, I don't mean for everybody that's raw, but once you find a diet that's for you and things are moving properly, inflammation lowers, you feel better. Having things like changing your diet. So I've done periods where I've done more fruit because that's helped me. I've done periods where I've done more greens because that's helped me. But generally, raw foods as a whole is what helps me. And then I just move into different areas and get different supports. Even sometimes having things like peppermint tea helps me. Does it fix things? No, but it supports me while I have the raw food diet. I use probiotics and enzymes. Do they fix the problem? No, but they help support what I'm doing. And I will swear this till the day I die. You need to eat. You need to generally feel good with your food diet. Like, you need to be functioning, feeling good with your food diet, and everything else will just come in and add extra bonuses. That's what I wanted to say with that. So when it comes to bloating, chia seeds can actually increase bloating, because once you eat the chia seeds, it will absorb water and it will do that in the gut, in the intestines, and you may find bloating. But at the same time, once you get fiber that's full of water, it can help things move through the gut. But if you are already backed up and you put lots of fiber in and you have water, the water is just going to expand it and more than likely get things a bit clogged. So yeah, my greatest suggestion is find a diet that works for you. Now, as for food today, we are making a chili tomato jam, which will have chia seeds in it. We've got some of my pizza bread here that we made yesterday. There's a live for this. I made this live. I will show you just quickly what it looks like here. We'll add this to the, there we go. That's me making, I don't know why that's moved to the end there. It should be back here. Can we move this back here? Just made this buckwheat bread with omega-3s in it, with chia in it, over on YouTube. So go check it out. We're going to put this in, and I'm going to make my lunch with this tomorrow. And of course, I made a green juice, and I had a bit of a chat and a rant over there. So this is the bread, and then it goes into the dehydrator. At about 4 hours, I flipped it, and then it went in for, I think, about another 8 hours to finish it off. I cut it up after 4 hours, and I just put it back in. It's quite simple. It was just buckwheat and chia, and it's now made like a, that's it. You can see there, it's still a bit like moist. but it will set over time. And yeah, the video for that I did yesterday, so that's there. But as I said, I'm going to make, to top this, I'm going to do like a high omega-3 like pizza bread slice for lunch. I want to do like a tomato chili jam, and the jammy part will come from the gel in the chia. And then I've been making for lunch, and I'm going to top this as well. I've been having, when I healed myself, I intuitively added a lot of turmeric and pepper. So let me show you this for a second. Oh, hang on. I can just tell you. So I intuitively did this, but adding pepper to turmeric increases the absorption of curcumin, and that increases by 2,000%. So, and also I usually have a lot of greens. Any vitamins, any iron that you have in your food will be have increased absorption from vitamin C. I've usually always got lemon or orange or something like that that has high vitamin C to help that absorb. So there's all little tricks you can know to help absorption, but it's funny, I really crave turmeric at the moment. So I've been making this vegetable mix, which is going to go on top of the pizza as well, which has chia and flax in it. It's kind of like, I'll show you exactly what that looks like. Let me pull this banner off so you can see what I'm doing here. We're going to start by making the salad part. So let me just bring this around here. Lots going on there, but we'll bring this down here. Okay, so we have this. I just pick a whole lot of veggies which I have on hand, which I craved, which are in season. Oh. And I put them into a bowl. So what I've got going on here is I've got a little bit of broccolini. So I'll grab some broccolini. And I just slice this up. And what else have I got going on here? Some zucchini. You can make this as big as you want. This will probably do top 1 or 2 pieces of the pizza bread that I've made. So we'll turn these over and just roughly chop them up. And any of these like salad type things you can make in bulk and keep in the fridge. Oh, I've got some dill here as well, which will go nicely. You can put some herbs in. I think yesterday I made this with like a lot of sprouted lentils, but I'm out of those right now, or regrowing those. So let me check this. Okay, what else? Some leek. Need to sharpen my knife. So it's actually taken me a little while to commit to a high omega-3 diet. I always found a reason to like have avocado and then have walnuts, and just noticed that I wasn't really getting the results, and then justify that, you know, it doesn't work for me. Whereas I kind of knew I needed to commit to just the chia and flax for a while. And so never give up. If you have a goal of getting somewhere or eating a certain way on this lifestyle, never give up. Don't throw yourself all the way back if you haven't got it perfectly right. Okay, so we've got leek in. I've also got some green beans. Lots of greens going on here. I crave greens. Greens have got a high mineral content, higher in protein or amino acids. Okay. And for a little bit of color, I've got some sweet baby peppers that we'll put in there as well. Oh, I've also got some oyster mushroom, which was really rare. I found it at the markets. This is so good. And actually in my ebook, I make seafood with this. You just get a cap and you pop out the middle, and they made little scallops and calamari rings. But for today's purposes, we're just going to put some of this in the salad. But it's very versatile. I find raw foods versatile and fun. especially oyster mushrooms. And I like the taste. Almost like tofu, to be honest, when I look at it. It's like spongy. And it absorbs flavors well. So I should marinate some of this, but I didn't buy enough. I've almost eaten it all. Okay. We've done that, We've got all that. Oh, we're going to do some little sweet peppers for some color. Well, little ones here. Now, I also find leek better than onions if it comes to people getting gas or gut sensitivities, like especially SIBO. You will find leeks a lot easier than any onions. So put that in there. So that's a great trick. Also, I do love garlic and I do love onion, but you'll find that neither of those are in this recipe. Just because I'm trying to lower inflammation, and I do notice I get sensitive. My gut will get a little sensitive with those. It's always good to listen to how your body responds to foods. Okay. So far we've got like that going on there. Okay, and then I have been adding, just because I love them, I get a vegetable peeler and I peel ginger and turmeric into these. I love those. This is like not the best vegetable peeler for this, but it does make nice thin slices. As I said, if you're good with garlic and onion, go for it. Put it in here. Now, I like them just like that, but you can cut them up little, but I kind of like them like, I don't know, sheets, little sheets. Almost ginger noodles. Okay, really like ginger. And it's great for gut health. It's anti-inflammatory. It's all about being anti-inflammatory for me. Okay, so now I do the same with turmeric. Be careful because the turmeric will stain things. Yeah. Especially like your fingers. It will come off, but even your nails, the tips of my nails can sometimes get orange. There. Okay, that's enough of the turmeric. Okay, now I will coat this in. Actually, before I do that, what I do next is you can use chia or flax. We're going to crumb these vegetables, kind of crumb them. Move this. So these vegetables here, we're going to make like a crumb, and I use white chia and flax half and half. I'll probably do 1.5 of each, and I'm grinding these up. Okay, so I've got a little grinder here, a coffee grinder. I'll show you it in a second. Oh, I'll show you it now. Here. So it's a little coffee grinder that I have. I got this, if you're in Australia, just from Kmart. It was like $16 or something. It wasn't expensive. And you can go coarse or medium or fine. And I'll just put them in here, in the top here. I said 1.5. Hope that's enough. We'll see. I might do 2 of each just so that I have lots. This is like the crumbing. So I do 2. And then it's probably going to make a lot, but anyway, you probably only need 3. Oh, so this goes like that. It's a little, and I'm just going to plug this in and grind that up. Okay, the thing about omega-3s is very quickly, as soon as they hit the air, they oxidize and they become rancid. So we want to make this, don't buy it ground, you want to grind it fresh. Okay, that gives you those omega-3s. That's what you want. So as you can see, it's like this. Now what I'm going to do is bring this bowl over here and, well, get this off. Usually I get this off. There we go. And just pour it over like that and then like mix. And you know, to make this crunchy, put it back in the dehydrator. But I find it nice just as is. The moisture in the vegetables will make it stick, but I will be adding some lemon. You can add apple cider vinegar or tamari as well. But it does give like that crumbed vegetable type vibe. Oh, there we go. I've used all of it. So I will not be eating all this for lunch, to be honest. It'll just be a small amount to go on top of the pizza bread. And then I'll save this for another meal. So, because you will find it more filling when you've got chia and flax in it, which is good. See, it's all coated like that. If you can see that, it's like breadcrumbed. Now, to add to this breadcrumb, get this out of the way now. I add some nutritional yeast, stir it through. That's probably about, you add what you want, but see how it's still getting crumbed. Probably about 2 to 3 tablespoons, maybe 2 tablespoons. I then will add, what have we got here? Here we go. The turmeric. I add extra turmeric. Probably 1 to 2 teaspoons once again. And finally, I will add some, this is some red pepper. It's like gochujang, I think that's what they call it, and it gives it like a bit of bite. There will be some chili in the mix. Now, to give it, as I said, you can add any liquids you want to this, but I just add lemon. And I find that gives it a nice bite. It helps it stick even more. I just use the juice of a lemon. And this, to be honest, I've been having this just as a salad, but I tried it yesterday with the bread, but bread needed something extra, so we're going to make a little bit of a jam. So this is very anti-inflammatory for you, so just to the side there. And then that helps everything kind of stick a bit more. Now, you, as I said, you could just put that straight into the dehydrator if you wanted it crunchy, but I like it like this, like this. Okay, now we're going to make the jam. To go, here's our pizza, as I showed you. These are our pizza slices we're going to make for lunch. The jam. Okay. So the idea is we are going to use dates and tomatoes. So it's going to be like a sweet kind of jam. So we'll do 1 cup of tomatoes, 2 cups of tomatoes, and I'm going to do 3 cups. Make a big batch of it. Okay, as for, where did my chili go? Here. Just these red bullet chilies are quite, excuse me, spicy. I like mine spicy. I'll put the whole thing in. Okay, and I'm going to do 2 dates in here as well. It always depends how sweet the dates are, but I do believe that will be enough. And we're going to blend that before we add anything else to make a jam out of it. Okay, like that. So okay, so this is going to be very liquid like that. And the jam part of it will come from, oh my gosh, that's so good. Okay, so the jam part will be adding 2 tablespoons of the chia seeds to start. I'm pretty sure that will be enough because it'll start absorbing water. Maybe I'll start with that. I just want to see how thick that goes. So we've got just 2 in there. I just want to blitz it through a bit and see if I can thicken that up into like a jam, but it may need some more. So let's see. Let's see how that's going. Yeah, it's going to take some time to thicken up, so I might actually have to put some more in there. Let's see. It is a bit thick. Let me see. Okay. It's probably another tablespoon. Let me blitz this. See if we can thicken that up a bit more. Okay. There we go. Now this will continue to thicken up. So it's already going to be thick, but because of the way that the chia seeds are, it will continue to get thicker and be jam-like. We can't see that. And be a jam. So it's like a sweet tomato chili jam. Now, to assemble lunch. Oh, I've made a mess here. Let's assemble. Oh, where's something to wipe that down? All right. And okay, let's get a plate like that. We're going to get a piece of our pizza. Get a piece of our pizza slice there. Just the bread we made yesterday, like that. Go. Yeah, that's thickening up that jam. So we want to just put some of the jam on the top here. As I said, this will probably make a couple of meals. We've got the jam. And then the salad that goes on top. I'm also going to put a little bit of salt and pepper in this. Now you can put avocado on this. I'm just choosing not to have that right now. Put some salt and pepper on that mix like that. Okay. Okay, here we go. And we get some of this mix here and just place this on top like that. There we go. And that's lunch. Just like that. High in omega-3s, easy to make. That's actually going to be really filling. There's buckwheat, lots of chia. Chia is high in protein and also fats, but good fats. Yeah, so let me try. Hang on, let me take a photo first. Let me take a photo. Here we go. Let me just move this across. Settings. Oh, I don't know why that didn't work. There. That camera's not as good, but hi. So yeah, that's lunch for today. So I hope that helps some of you. And maybe you'll make this during the week. It's actually that topping has like an eggy type texture because the way chia is. We got some photos. So let me try. Mm. Mm. It's really good. Do you know what would also be good? It needs, if it had some extra lemon, just squeezed on top. And then it'd be perfect. That's really amazing. I'm actually really enjoying doing this lifestyle right now. I feel really satiated as well. Yeah, just some extra lemon. That is now perfect. So I am going to go off and enjoy this. And it looks like you could make at least 3 or 4 of these. But the pizza base I made yesterday was quite large as well. So you can just eat it for a few days or a few meals. Thank you, Apple. Thanks, everyone, for joining. I am back tomorrow. I've got podcasts with Kiko. We are doing our ups and downs of Raw podcast, and I will be talking about how my memories come back and how I deal with my mental health. So will she, how she deals with her trauma. Then I've got Miranda. We're doing a podcast on raw foods and consciousness. There's other podcasts during the week, so go check out the live section on YouTube. Bye, guys.